Hey monkeys, welcome back to Guitar Quackery Live. You are watching Guitar Quackery Live, the one and only live streaming guitar repair channel. Remember that. Okay, so we're doing something exciting right now, today, as we speak. We have on the bench a vintage guitar. It is a 1978 Guild D-50. It's been repaired before. We're going to do a full service on this. It's got some issues. I'll show you close-ups. Now, the customer told me that his, I can't remember which family member, tried to repair something. And just remember, the customer is watching this. So be nice with your comments, because I'll show you this. Autofocus, manual focus. Okay, so here we see the nut and the condition. So this is a beer can hack, but that's not the only issue. As you can see here, there's some glue spillage, which kind of went all the way down the back of the headstock. So this headstock does not have a fracture. This was not a repaired headstock. This is just glue, spilled super glue from the nut. So so the nut will need to be removed because we need to make a new nut. But now, you know, this is a little more involved because of the super glue. So, but anyway, it's a restoration job, so we're just going to be live streaming the whole thing. I might do some of the work without the live streaming, you know, just to be practical, I guess. But when you make a nut for a guitar, you do need to look at the frets. And these frets have dimples, visible dimples. So let me align one of the frets here. That's now too high. Oops. Okay, we have one viewer. It could be the owner of the guitar. I did send the link. So we're doing an assessment of this guitar. Let's look at this fret. So this is one of the frets. It's the condition of the frets. Kind of it's visible fret wear all the way down to about, well, seventh fret shows it, the 8th fret less, and then not so much. I don't think so, anything at all. So we are going to be doing a level crown and polish on this guitar, because when you cut a new nut, you are going to cut the string slots so that the strings work with the frets, right? The height. And cutting a new nut requires a level fretboard. We also have a little bit of a fret sprout. Not much, but you know, I can feel it. We'll take care of that as well. Now, let's have a look at the soundboard. The soundboard is a bit warped, and I can feel how it's warped. And if I just place a straight edge like this, you can see this space, right? So it's an old guitar. We see this on old guitars. But what I think was the contributing factor is the fact that we do have a bridge lift. So I'll show it from here. So here, if I place my finger here and I pull this out, this is how much of a bridge lift we have here in this area. Here it's less than, this is very deep, right? We just saw that. And here it's less. Here it's a bit deeper again. And like that. So this bridge should be removed. We clean up the soundboard, we clean up the bridge, and we reglue it. When you reduce the area of the bridge, the strings are pulling, and it's a smaller distribution of force, right? So it can result in more of a soundboard, whatever you call it, hump behind the bridge and dipping here. Okay? So we'll take care of that. We'll remove this bridge, we'll reglue it, no problem. Another thing that I'm seeing, and I did ask the customer about the, you know, if he's having trouble removing the strings. Because what I'm seeing here, let me just position the camera. Focus, focus. Okay. So what I'm seeing is this. I see that we see this part of the string here and here kind of stick out a little bit, but not on the B string. Not so much here. And this is the thick part of the E string all the way to the saddle. So that can indicate, right here, you can see it. So we can see that this is further back, but this is all the way here. So if the string is pulled up against the bridge pin, it could mean that we have some damage on the inside of the bridge plate. So we might need to do a little repair job there. I'm not sure just yet. So now, what I'm going to do now is we're going to scan the guitar using the 3D scanner. This is a fairly new service here. I just made an announcement on the main channel, but I've already been doing it for a while, so just not publicly. So to do a 3D scan, I am going to put these tracking markers on the guitar. This takes a minute. Now, the reason why I am doing this 3D scan is because this soundboard is completely deformed, and I kind of want to track my progress. We're not going to be able to straighten it all the way, I don't think so. But one of the reasons why we want to scan the reglue the bridge is to preserve the soundboard as best as we can. So the 3D scanner tracks these markers. And this does take a minute to... So the more markers you put, the better it tracks, obviously. This is good. I also have these small markers. Let's put a few on the bridge. We're going to scan the guitar at full string tension. This way we can study the soundboard deflection at full string tension. I checked the neck relief. It's actually pretty good. Although I did notice that the truss rod is a little bit sunken in. I'll show you that. But I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, today I watched a live stream as I was working. I watched Steve Cassidy. Now I missed the beginning, but I recommend if you like guitar related channels, if you like live streams, why don't you check him out? Steve Cassidy, guitar. That's his channel. Now, just so that there's no excuse, because I don't want people telling me that they don't know how to spell Steve or Cassidy, this is the spelling. Okay, so you can just tune in and check him out. He's a good guy. He's got a good live stream. I like to check him out every time like on Thursdays. And I always forget what time, but I click the subscribe button and the notification button so I get notified. And whenever possible, I watch him. I kind of had to watch him as I was working on something else. But yeah, all right, so back to this. I put these markers on the body. And now I'm going to put these two side rails here. So I use these side rails just so that I don't need to, and you know what, I'll remove these shims, beer can shims. Yeah, we don't need them. Okay. All right. And one more. Oh no, two more. Okay. I thought this was only one. All right. So now we can place these. And you know what? Why don't I turn on the scanner? So this is the 3D scanner that I'm going to use today. It's the Creality Raptor Pro. Okay, so they make three models. They make the Raptor, as in just Raptor, and Raptor Pro and Raptor X. And I watched some reviews, and apparently the Raptor Pro is better than the Raptor X, although the Raptor X is more expensive. What do you know? Okay, oh, my back. Old age, right? So now I'm going to connect my Wi-Fi to this. I already tested this once. I am going to lose the connection to the internet on my computer, but my switcher should continue streaming, apparently. So, I don't know. And if we lose connection, then, well, you know what happened. So this has its own Wi-Fi. And the thing is that if I try to connect, oh, there's a mosquito. Oh, I got him. Look at that. So is it connected? Yeah, but I can no longer see you. That's how it is. And now let me launch the software. And then I'll throw this on that screen, and you'll be able to watch as I scan. So we'll just do a full assessment of the guitar today. I might try to remove the nut. Not sure. 445 Guild D-50. Okay, cool. Scanning at medium resolution. Okay, now what I am going to do is, let me check the exposure. Network connection failed. What? Okay, I clicked OK. So what? Oh no, I have a connection to this. Clear. All right. So now I put this here on this screen. I'm looking at a teleprompter here, screen. Maximize it. And now I throw it on that screen. Zoom out. And I'll let you watch. So like I said, I just published. Okay. A video that explains about this equipment. I'm not really getting good feedback. I mean, some feedback, but whatever. All right, so here is the guitar, as you can see. I am now scanning. Okay. And okay. So I'm going to show you the screen. Okay, now you should be seeing the computer screen. I'm scanning the guitar. This takes a few minutes. Doesn't take too long. Okay, so it starts pink and then it starts turning green. Green is good. It means that it's a full scan at full resolution with all the pixels. Full resolution, but I set it to medium resolution right now, okay? Because I am only interested in the soundboard deflection, and I might as well scan the neck, okay? You see some shadows from the strings. So I am just doing a quick preliminary pass, just so that I have the entire guitar. And then I will go over the same areas until they turn green. And then I will process the image, and we'll be able to see the topography of the soundboard, because we are, in fact, doing a full restoration of the guitar. So this is advancing well, I think. You can see right there on the screen. This shows me if I'm at a good distance from the subject that I'm scanning. So it's got to be right there in the middle. If it goes up higher, it's too high. If it goes lower, it means I'm too close. It's also scanning of the bench. But I am going to clean up the scan because we only want the guitar. And I'm not scanning the full body, as in I'm not doing a 3D scan of the entire guitar body, just the soundboard. Now the pick guard is dark, which is why it's kind of not scanning. I do have a 3D scanning spray that I can use, but I'm not going to use it. In fact, it's too late now because I'm already scanning. I can increase the exposure a little bit. So let me pause, okay, and I'll show you what I do to increase the exposure. Basically, right here, I just increase it, and now I can continue scanning. And the dark areas are going to turn green. So it's an ebony fingerboard, so obviously it's dark. We can even zoom in a little bit. I'm scanning at an angle now just to avoid shadows, kind of go around the strings. It's a good idea to scan a guitar before and after a service like this for archival purposes. This way, I don't even need to take all the measurements. I can just look at the scan and take the measurements off of the 3D scan at any time in the future. Let's see if I can scan this pick guard. I don't think it's going to turn green. But yeah, it's picking up green a little bit right there. I'm not too concerned about the pick guard. The bridge, though, I want to scan the bridge. It's also dark, it's ebony. And the back of the bridge. Okay. Now it's picking up the back. And maybe the edge. It lost tracking a little bit for a few seconds. You see the message. Okay, I mean, I think this is good. Maybe I can improve the scan of the fingerboard here. So I will remove the strings digitally from the 3D scan, which is why I am turning the scanner around now so that I can scan under the strings. Maybe eliminate those shadows. See, I just lost tracking again. Oh, and I could also scan the front of the nut, like that. And I'll show you how I clean up everything. But I am not going to process the image during this live stream. I'm going to show you the image at some later time, I guess. I mean, the processed image. I think it looks pretty good. I don't think it's scanning anything anymore. Oh, whenever it shows green here, that means that it's scanning new pixels. So, at least that's what I think. And I can scan the side of the guitar if I really want to, but I don't want to. I don't need it. Okay, let's... it's still showing green on the side, so okay. Let's stop the scan. Now, I can, yeah, I can come over here. What are we looking at here? So, this is the image. And I'm going to click here. And it's going to process. This is the first pass of processing the image. So it's not a fully rendered image yet. And here now we can rotate it. And I can remove some of the background. Just like that. It's going to turn red. Okay. Let's check. Yeah, and now I can just delete, or I can also just include this. We can zoom in. And why don't I also include the side rail from here to here. Okay, zoom in on that detail. Oops. Okay, whatever. And here. And now this part. So this thing does take a minute. And like I said, it's a new service, so I'll get better at this with practice. And we don't need the headstock, so I'm going to select the headstock as well. Anything we don't need, we eliminate to reduce the file size, obviously. Looks pretty neat. I want to look at that little segment there. I hope you're seeing this. I don't really know because I lost my connection to the internet Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, and now we just delete this. And we're left with this. And now we need to remove the strings. And that's kind of hard. Especially right now, I'm actually looking at the monitor that's on the teleprompter, because that's the only way I can show the image to you. But I think I'll be able to do at least part of it. So these are some of the strings. Again, delete. Yeah, and if I click here, it goes back to this view. We have something here that's left over. Delete that. And now I'm going to set up the a resolution here. So maybe I show more details like that. And now it's going to start rendering, okay? And this takes a few minutes to render. So I'll let it do that. And yeah, so it's rendering. It's about 40% into the rendering. And I can start removing these markers now. So I use just a feeler gauge. They don't damage the finish. They're kind of like post-it notes. Hold on. These markers come in 2 sizes, and you know they are reusable. Depends on what kind of surface you use them on. Of course, they don't tell you that they're reusable. Okay, so you are watching this channel. This channel is Guitar Quackery Live. Not to be confused with the main channel, which is called Guitar Quackery. And you just saw me do a 3D scan of this guitar. But there's more to it. And I'm not going to show it, everything there is to show about this in this live stream. So if you want to know more about 3D scanning guitars, then I invite you to watch the latest video that I published on the main channel, which is called Guitar Quackery. So once again, you're watching Guitar Quackery Live, but Guitar Quackery is the main channel. This channel is just the live channel where I do my live streams. I don't do any live streaming on the main channel. It's still rendering the image. Let it do its thing. It's going to take a few minutes. Sometimes it doesn't go all the way through and it crashes, I noticed. They need to fix the software. So I'm going to remove the strings now, and let's try to remove the nut, because now I have everything I need. So that's the beauty of 3D scanning. we want to be able to look at the guitar at full string tension, right? And once I remove the strings, well, then I'm not seeing it at full string tension. But I just archived it with a 3D scan. And it is still processing. It's maybe 80% into the rendering. Let's remove the strings. Where's my winder? By the way, this is a good winder, the Ernie ball. And now we'll know if I will examine the bridge plate, and we'll know if there's any damage that needs to be fixed. So the tuners seem to work. I think they're the original tuners. All right, so let's remove the bridge pins. Oh, I forgot these markers. Yeah, let's remove them. So since you're watching a live stream, you get to see everything. So it takes longer to watch, but it's uncut. So I can't hide anything. So when I drop a hammer on a customer's guitar, you get to see it. So look at that. That's what I was suspecting. So I believe that the bridge plate will need some repair. But it's all right. I mean, we're just doing a restoration, and I think the budget is very realistic. It'll just be included. So remember I was talking about that string? This part of the string showing, and as you can see, I'm lifting the guitar by the bridge pin. So now the only way to remove the string is to push the string, to remove the pin is to push the string back inside and remove the pin. And you can see that the bridge plate is damaged also if you look at the bridge pin, because this part is crushed. So the ball end of the string is trapped inside of the hole, It should just be wrapped around and just protruding at the inside of the bridge plate. But we'll look, we'll put the endoscope inside of the guitar and we'll look at it. I'm not sure if I'll do it now, but we'll definitely do it. Okay, so now let's see if the other bridge pins come out easily. Same thing here, okay? And there's damage to the bridge pin. Let's see, same thing here. So we'll need to fix the bridge plate for sure. Same with the G string, even the B string. So the E string, I was expecting to see that, but I was not expecting it on the B string because I'm not seeing that part of the string. But for some reason, this one is really stubborn, which means I'm going to push it in with the tweezer, with the needle nose pliers. Ah, okay. That's it. So, it's important to how should I say this, to identify symptoms and know what is causing them. That's why uncles should not be repairing guitars, or cousins. I don't know if it was his cousin or, I think he said cousin. unless, of course, they're luthiers. Okay. I recycle strings. I have a recycling bin right here. And then I send them to Daddario, the best string company in the world. I have pain here, my rib cage. So yesterday, I couldn't work at all. I was going to work on some guitars. It didn't happen. But I had appointments, so I had to stay here. But I couldn't work. I did talk to customers, and I examined the guitars, but yeah. All right, let's clean this headstock because it's kind of, well, it needs cleaning. Sure. Here. And you know what? I will, since we're doing a restoration, I'm going to remove the tuners and we'll just properly clean everything. I want to clean that glue spillage on the back as well. Let's see how it cooperates. The customer said that it didn't really bother him too much. So we are going to do it at the end because obviously I'm working off of a budget and I want to start with that. I'm going to do it at the end if it's still within the budget because it's just cosmetic. We need to take care of all the structural issues first. I hate when this happens. So the string is stuck in the tuning machine. I want to put the endoscope inside of the guitar to examine the bridge plate. Okay, let me deal with this later. It needs to be done, for sure, but not now. Okay, friends, let's see. Well, the Wi-Fi no longer needs to be connected to this, but I can show you. Why don't I show you the scan? It's been rendered fully. So here it is. Now, even if it's fully rendered, oh, sorry. See, when you flip it, it's orange. Even if it's fully rendered, I can still clean up the strings. Oh, it kind of cleaned up the strings automatically. Look at that. I didn't even know it can do that. Well, I learn something new every day. Let's see what it did around the nut. So this is called a point cloud. Let's bring this down here. We have a little bit here to clean up. See? Delete. So that's, I just selected 2 strings. Delete, okay? And yeah, it looks pretty good. Look at that. I'm happy with this. Yeah. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to export like this. And I'm going to call it Don't worry about that 445. I know what that means. Save. And yeah, that's it. So now, let me connect back to my regular Wi-Fi. And you know, I try to connect with the Ethernet cable while I'm doing the Wi-Fi connection to the scanner. Something doesn't work right, so I still need to figure this out. But yeah, so back to the regular Wi-Fi. Oh, I am back, but I'm not seeing what I should be seeing. Let me see if the internet works here. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so now the endoscope is here. And I have the light. Okay. Come on. Switch. This is it. My light goes here. Yeah, I'll keep the guitar like this. And here's the endoscope. So the endoscope does have a light, but honestly, it's kind of rinky-dink. This is a very cheap endoscope. I'm going to put a link in the description. So, by the way, there are some links already in the description, and I'm required to disclose the fact that those are Amazon affiliate links. And if I don't disclose this fully, I get demonetized from Amazon. So here, I said it. Those are Amazon affiliate links, which pay me a small commission at no extra cost to you if you buy through those links. They want affiliates to make this entire statement. Whatever, as if we don't know how affiliate links work. All right, so I connect the endoscope to my phone. And we are going to examine the guitar on the inside now. Okay, something I didn't get a chance to do earlier. And I'm going to show you like this. Zoom in, focus. Oh, I'm in autofocus. Okay, that's why the focus ring didn't work before. You're looking, well, you will be looking at my phone. So now, let's look at the setup. So I have the endoscope inside, and I'm looking at this. And the endoscope has two cameras. So right now, we're looking at the front-facing camera. But if I push this button here, it switched to the other camera. And here we see the bridge plate. So basically, these holes are enlarged. And you can see some damage. So let me point with the pointer. So this damage here is visible, and here as well. Here. I don't know what this is, but this is why the ball ends of the strings sink in. There's a couple of different repair options for this, and I will think about which repair option to use. So, since we're inside the guitar, let's just look at the rest of the soundboard and the braces. You know, it looks pretty clean on the inside. Yeah. have any concerns. I'm not seeing anything that would worry me. Maybe, oh, maybe now I'm seeing a loose brace. So here we see this dark shadow right there. So I wanna have a look at this. So this is next to the bridge plate. Which brace is this? Let me see. So obviously I will see my hand. It's confusing. Oh, this is the brace. Okay. So now I'll take a feeler gauge and I'll see if I can insert the feeler gauge under this brace. Not sure. Not really. Where's the feeler gauge now? I lost it. Where is it? Come on. Oh, here it is. So, yeah, I kind of want to show you this. Once again, I go inside. Here. Sorry. But I'm not able to insert the feeler gauge between the brace and the soundboard. Since we're here, let's check this one. No, I can see the beads of glue squeeze out here, so that's fine. Then we have this main brace, the X brace. That's fine. Let's look at the bridge plate, behind the bridge plate here. We're good. I'm not really worried about the braces. Yeah, so I can say that we fully examined the guitar. I don't see anything that worries me. Okay, let's put the Swisher app back here. Come on, work. All right. I said we've been streaming for 53 minutes, not even an hour. Why don't I try to remove the nut? Okay, how about that? I'll try to remove it. But I don't think I'll do anything else now. I'll just try to remove the nut. If it doesn't really work, we'll do a separate live stream for that. So we do have that spillage of the glue around the nut. So it would be a good idea to make an incision around that. Oh, my back is hurting me. Wait till you get to my age, kids. Yeah, you're laughing. Please. Don't laugh at old people. You'll be old one day. Yeah, you know, I don't look my age. I'm actually 16. I'm legal to work. You can work in this country if you're 14. Yeah. Okay, so let me catch my breath. I think we're good. I'll put this here just in case. Can we focus? Yeah. So I can see the image from the microscope on this screen, as well as obviously through the optical system. Put a little more light. And you get to watch me work. Oh, I'm back online. Look at that. I can't see the chat. It says something about the chat being disconnected. I don't know. It has to do with that weird thing that disconnects me when I connect the scanner, right? Okay, where are these? Okay, so I have these blades. Oh, I already took it out. Where I put it? I put it here. Okay. So now I am going to try to, how about I focus a little bit, make an incision here around the nut. I just hope that the super glue didn't wick inside too deep, okay? And here, I'll just, oh, what kind of glue is this? Maybe it's not super glue, look at this. Oh, wow. Well, that's good news, I think. So maybe it won't be a challenge to remove the glue from the back of the headstock, because it seems to be peeling off. So it peeled off the side of the nut. Look at that. Now, is it going to come off easily from the finish? Well, that is to be seen. Look at that. What kind of glue is this? So I don't want to mess with this now. I just want to make this incision here. Okay. Now we see this gap here. So I'm not sure if this is the original nut or maybe a replacement. Not sure. Okay, now let's put the guitar down this way. Don't need the microscope. And let's try to remove the nut. First, let me see if it wiggles in any way. Oh, look at that. Okay, now that's good news. So let's bring the microscope back. Some people are there. Oh, my back is hurting me. I'm not kidding. It's I don't know what happened. So I couldn't work yesterday. I did something unusual after I left here. Well, the unusual thing was that I left early, like around 9 p.m. And I went to bed before midnight. So I first fell asleep on the couch. Then I woke up and I said, oh, I got to brush my teeth, go to bed. So I went to bed right before midnight. And then I put an audiobook on my phone. And I put a 15-minute timer on the audiobook. And then I fell asleep. So this is what we see here. Okay, so there's some glue residue buildup, and then there's this thing, and that's just glue, I think. That's not even wood. Look at this, okay? But there's no need to clean up this nut because it's too low, all right? So we're gonna need a new nut. Now, since we're doing this, we already have the guitar on the bench. Let's try to clean up some of this glue. This is a really good chisel. It's a 3mm chisel, which I believe is like 1/8 of an inch. Same thing, almost. This is the heat gun. And again, I'm going to put affiliate links, which pay me a small commission at no extra cost to you, for this and this. I'm just going to keep adding affiliate links. So if you want to buy any of the equipment that you see me use in this video, in this live stream, and if you really insist that I get paid a little bit, a small commission, at no extra cost to you, then wait until I edit the description of this video so I can collect this small commission at no extra cost to you. Oh, and you know what? Before I forget, let's put the sharp X-Acto blade where it belongs, right here. Okay. Good practice. Oh, by the way, I'm going to redo my tools. I'll do a separate live stream about that. Okay, let me try to find the best position for this. Let's see. Well, let's first see if I can remove any of this without heating up anything. Focus. All right. So this is it. And that's the chisel. Why don't we switch to this view? No, it's kind of not really. Okay, so let's use the heat gun. Here, I'm gonna set it to, you know, I don't know, 398 degrees Fahrenheit. How about that? Let's see if that works. So we got to blow right here. And it's heating up. Let's see if it starts to soften. So we'll see what it takes to clean up this glue. Well, it's not cooperating yet. Okay, so we just need to be patient. I don't know what kind of glue this is, but it's still hard. I don't really see that the heat gun is doing anything. Oh yeah, it's getting soft. Look at that. And if the heat gun doesn't do the trick, we'll use a blowtorch. So today, I took an Acoustasonic fender and I cut it in half. There's a video coming up. Okay, so I did manage to remove a little bit of it, this much. Yeah, quite a bit. So that's a chunk. We can look at it here. That's a chunk, right? Let's see if I can. So there's glue here on the face of the fingerboard. It's coming off. We're scraping. And here I have some sandpaper, okay? And that's going to be used later for cleanup. Now, we want to heat up the rest of it. Let's bring it here. So now I know that it takes a while to heat up, so I'm hitting it right there with the heat gun, and I'm keeping an eye on the headstock veneer. If anything starts happening, I'm just going to quickly remove the heat gun, right? But all the heat is focused there, okay? So let's see. Yeah, it got soft. Needs more heat. All right. Let's see. It's also pulling some of the wood fibers. Well, that's obviously not desirable, but I don't think it's avoidable. So the customer told me that he bought this guitar in 1978 at Manny's Music in New York. So he's the first owner, and he wants the guitar to stay in the family. So he did ask me, does it make sense to do all this? Well, obviously, you could say that I'm biased because I'm the one offering the service. But I don't like to see vintage guitars go to waste or be abandoned, or, you know. So, especially if he wants to keep it in the family, I think it makes sense to do this work. he did say at one point, what if, and I can't remember, he said nephew or cousin or someone cleans up the nut shelf. I said, no, let me do this. Okay. Now, so this is switched off, but it's still running the fan until it cools down all the way, right? I am going to use this part, which has the sandpaper. It's nice and flat, so I can pull it or I can push it. And maybe this is not the best size. I should probably use another piece of metal that's like the same width as the nut shelf. So yeah, honestly, on second thoughts, let's not improvise. This is good for the fender, not shelf or slot, but not for this one. Okay. So, okay, thank you for watching. Now that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna put this away. Just bear with me. It's a tiny little shop here. It's the smallest little shop in New York City, but big things are happening in this little shop. All right, no, I'm serious. I mean, if you watch Guitar Quackery on YouTube, the main channel, you know. Now, why don't I do an inspection of this with the other microscope, my other inspection microscope, right here. And I can also take a 3D scan, a high-resolution 3D scan of the nut shelf. Let me think about that. Do we really need it? Not sure. It's a little warm, obviously. I do have too much clutter here right now. What am I looking at? Okay. Okay, where are we? Here? So you will see now the nut shelf. Sometimes I like to use this microscope because, as you can see, I can look from at an angle. We see the front here of the fingerboard. So we got some work to do on this. Yeah, I can easily spend another hour prepping this whole nut shelf for the new nut. And, you know, this is the foundation, so it needs to be done correctly. Otherwise the nut isn't going to be seated well, okay? What else? Oh yeah, I did want to show you the truss rod nut. So not to be confused with the nut, the bone nut. There's a hex nut here for the truss rod. And I did notice something, but I need light. I have this auxiliary light here. Okay, let me lower the camera. So here I'm just documenting this. You know, obviously that's one of the purposes of this service, live streaming. So this guitar is going to be well documented. Okay. So here, what I'm seeing is this. Only about half of the truss rod threaded portion is engaged. Okay, and that's kind of sunken in. So I'm going to take a close look at that. I don't think this truss rod has been turned in years. And what is this? This is definitely not lubricant. Whatever this powder is. So we need to vacuum this out, clean it, maybe remove the truss rod nut, lubricate it, and then reinstall it so that we can adjust the truss rod properly. We might also want to do not really a truss rod rescue, but there's a way to hollow out that surrounding area with a specialized tool. I mean, everything in guitar repair world requires specialized tools, right? There's a specialized tool that can be used to hollow out around the truss rod so that you can engage the hex nut deeper, right? That's obviously beneficial, right? Because you engage more of the threads. Okay, friends, I think I'm done with this live stream. So we've been streaming for an hour, 17 minutes and 48 seconds. I'm going to say goodbye and make sure you click whatever you need to click to let YouTube know that you really like these live streams and that you want YouTube to recommend these live streams to you in the future. And if you want me to keep doing this more often, you know, I need to grow this channel. This channel only has 300 plus subscribers. So tell your friends about this channel and post links to this channel on guitar forums so that people find out and start watching. I get more subscribers. I can do this more frequently. Because now I'm only doing it because it's a project like this that needs to be live streamed, right? Okay. Thank you. Click, click, click. And I guess I'll see you next time.